also added to remove that from Patoy. Things that I expect. Although, to be fair, LoLPro do respect Doppler's Yasuo. They say, you know, we don't want that one again.
Yeah, especially if they aren't going to have their hands on a Rengar for those easy ganks. A lot of top lane bans here, though. So Hanser is going to have to go on to something else, but they leave the Kassadin up.
Yeah, you thought Doppler's Yasuo was scary. You give the guy Kassadin, he's going to insta-lock, and to be fair, he didn't win lane last. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's the mid lane Tristana. The AD Tristana actually does extremely well against Kassadin because you auto-attack him all early game. You use your E on him, 110 damage at rank 1, put about 3 points into that. You wave clear constantly on top of him, and he's very bad at wave clearing levels 1 through like 9.
Yeah.
Absolutely abysmal at it.
And keep in mind, Kassadin is sort of touted, like that's, I mean, basically his design is he is an anti-mage. He has a magic damage blocking shield, right? He's going to try to blink on top of you and get out of, you know, in and out of engage range when his spells are back up, but I've waited to see what the strategic counterpick actually is to Kassadin. People kept saying Orianna, double AD carry I think is great.
So I actually want to talk more even about this, because these are the two top priority hyper carries right now. You can't actually build too well against them because one is all physical damage, the other one has a huge hybrid Kog'Maw of magic damage in there, and here's the kicker. We talked about Laud, former AD carry player.
True.
He's on an AD carry in the mid lane now. Those mechanics are definitely going to cross over for him very easily.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch then. Team LoLPro running the double AD comp. What happens if we get trolled and it's AP Trist?
It's AP Trist?
Yeah.
Then
I think it's unlikely.
I'm going to be even more excited because he's going to be blowing people up and it's just going to jump out of nowhere. DFG, you're gone! There
will be explosions, I guarantee, one way or the other. Lee Sin picked up Braum as well for defense. And yeah, if you want to match the AD carry train, you can go for Jinx here, I suppose, if you want for Cruel. But I still expect... Maybe I think Lucian should be pretty easy for him to pick up here. He knows he can pick whatever AD carry he wants. LoLPro won't pick another. I don't think triple AD comps are a thing.
Yeah.
AD carry comps anyway.
That would be a little bit ridiculous.
A little.
They go Quintop or something.
Yeah, right. I mean, if they really want to, they can. Looks like Shyvana and Jinx actually will be the pickup here. Jinx, I'm a bit surprised by. I know she has no real dive threat. A double AD comp is not going to run divers in their other lanes. I mean, Elise is a little weird for me that they picked it there, but she's just a strong champion.
Yeah.
It's all about having kind of AoE lockdown, which Zyra does. Sona would be a good choice here. Nami would be a good choice here as well. But just like a beefy front line so that your AD carries don't have to kite backwards. They can just shoot forwards and not have to worry about themselves. That was a problem actually with Diggs comp in the first day. Was no front line and Xerath and Kog had to run away the entire game. So LoLPro, just get a front line and you guys are good. Shyvana does come through. They actually are looking for ways to threaten the back line. Shyvana, maybe Katzen follows, maybe a Jinx ult follows, but I think that's a tall order. But Kog can try to threaten the AD carries and get rid of them. That's what this comp looks like to me.
Yeah, that was a problem that I guess we were on the desk pointing that out about Curse versus Diggs competition, where you didn't have any hard engage to get to those AD carries. Even when there's like one Tristana on a team, you're sitting there thinking, we have to get to her. How are we going to do that? And when you have Xerath and Elise and all these other champions that they set up in Italy, they can't really get to those champions and stick to them. That's the big thing, because you have to be very sticky. And Shyvana's actually very good at that, because once she dives in, you can TP at an awkward angle, you can get in from an unexpected place, use your Dragon's Descent, and then you have Burnout multiple times. You build Blade of the Ruined King, gives you a little more stickiness. Maybe you'll go Frozen Mallet super late game.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a possibility, but there they go, the beefy frontliner locked in, and I love that because it's a ton of kiting potential all over this team. The Zyra's got the disengage, the Mundo's got the burn down, chunk a little bit damage, and turn around a fight. So if you overcommit towards Tristana in the backline, or even the Kog'Maw, you're going to have this Mundo on you, burning you the entire time, to the point that they will actually begin to turn around when you do.
Yes, and so in an actual 5v5 team fight with no flanking, nothing going on, I think LoLPro are well set up to win the team fights. But the one thing I do want to point out is how does this pan out in a 5-on-5 game? Because back when Shyvana and Mundo were all the rage in the top lane, now that, you know, Lulu and the Kayle and all that kind of came around, back when that was the big thing, Shyvana was one of the champions you liked to bring against Mundo, because she could beat him up in the one-on-one, could actually win that fight the entire way through, early lane as well as later on in the split push game. And so if Hanser starts losing to Dragon Raider Shyvana starts actually crushing that 1v1, a double AD comp does not gank well. You don't have playmaking. I mean, yeah, you could like rocket over and like try to bust or shot a Shyvana back in, but like realistically, you don't have that good of like gank pressure. And that means you can't necessarily deal with this advantageous split push. And then two, it means that you are never fighting a 4v4 because you can't pull Mundo away. You'll lose turrets.
Yeah.
Right? You can't force them off because you have 80 carries. You can try to siege, maybe, but maybe they can push you back with Jinx Wave Clear. And so the actual map-wide gameplay could actually just go Cognitive's way, even if they can't immediately threaten the 80 carries.
When you have double 80 carry, I don't think you split push at all. I think you just group up and just have them chunk turrets
And
very,
you just
very
rush
quickly.
the turrets down faster than Shiv does.
Yeah, I think that would be the way to go with this.
Okay.
There was actually something I was thinking about. The Zyra.
Yeah.
Man, if a Zyra builds any AP, it usually does the most damage in the game, even as
True.
a support.
Yeah.
I always look at those post-game graphs, especially when there's a Zyra support, sit there and go, wow, that was a ton of damage. How'd they outdamage me? I was an AP mid laner.
Right.
Why are those plants killing everybody?
Plants do a lot of damage. And that is actually why I like the Mundo pickup. I think Shiv would have worked well as on top of that one, but I'm glad they didn't go for like a Renekton or a Trundle, because just having more guys that deal magic damage, there is the chance that if you're chasing the 80 carries and they kite back, you will eventually die to Mundo and Zyra. And I think that's actually a good choice with this composition here for LoLPro. This could work very nicely for them.
And LoLPro, one of these sister teams in the Curse organization, taking a Curse strat here. It is AD Trist. He's got 80 runes, and he's got Endurance.
And Trance is forced to run away. 3 cleavers in the back. Honser saying, hey, TPS reports, come on, let's go.
Want them on my desk. Yeah, I forgot the cover to those. Again.
30 seconds until union start.
Can't believe you forgot the cover sheet to your TPS report. That's unacceptable. But Cognitive, gonna go ahead and walk forward, get some ward control down themselves. Both teams invaded the red buff here, which means they will know the buff that these players start at. They will not necessarily know the timer based on where the junglers actually start, but they'll get a good, decent estimation.
And the fan out after the invade. Now those 3 wards placed
Minions have spawned.
all throughout the jungle for Cognitive. Given the position. Once you see them not start at the other buff, you're like, okay, we know where you're starting. Just because you have information of one, kind of gives you information of the other one too.
And I like that Honser, if you actually look at the minimap, is waiting by his team's red buff just in case they go for that late invade and that buff steal. Honser actually pretty risky to go right here, because he has actually no way of knowing if they're waiting in that pressure or not. He actually very realistically could have just been attacked right then and killed, but he decided that Cog weren't going for that red buff invade. Is correct there, so they know that they will be able to trade their buffs pretty safely. Now there is a gameplay here where the wards are all going to time out, and Shorter Ace could just rush the red buff down.
Yeah. See if that happens, but
Nope.
Nope.
He's going Wolfgang. There's already no. Bot lane, though, is a really close fight because these minions are dying at pretty similar rates, and both lanes have really good damage pressure at level 2. The push actually goes Cognitive's favor. Patoylo's still trying to harass, but he's not going to land much. As soon as those minions go down, Cog can go for an aggression.
The level 2, when it comes out, we got one. Toy just getting chunked a tiny bit, lots of potions, and they're going to have to back off of this.
That's going to be level 2 for LoLPro as well, though, so not too much is gained. And now Patoy will have seeds for his support Zyra. There they are.
And that means plants. And more CS.
And gold.
If they take it.
At some point, why not? It's if you don't get hit by the plants, you get 3 health for the Butcher Mastery for last hitting him. You actually don't get much lifesteal returns. It actually lifesteals based on the actual damage dealt.
Yeah.
Basically nothing. Whereas you do lifesteal for full off of wards.
I was about to say that. I was about to say,
Yep. They work very different, trust me.
yeah.
Those plants are annoying.
And if you even throw like high damaging things at them, sometimes it just hits them a tiny bit.
Yep. Single target spells deal 4 damage. So actually it's pretty easy for Andy to one-shot them. Auto attack Q will always kill a plant.
Something like a Thresh Hook, though.
4 damage. It has 6 health, by the way.
A lot of things get blocked by it. Yep.
Yep. Although Cognitive with Cogma with a Blade of the Ruin King and a Bioarcane Barrage on will deal 3 damage per shot. You can 2-shot plants.
Oh, OP.
So with your W on, you can 2-shot them, or you can Q auto them and kill them in 1 attack.
Gotta nerf that. That's OP.
It's a lot of mana.
Too good.
I mean,
2-shotting Zyra plants.
what a matchup breaker. You would outrange them though with W on, so I suppose he would actually work reasonably well. So we're looking at the mid lane right here. I do want to see how this plays out, actually. Doppler is not too far down, to be honest.
He's
right?
playing
Like,
really safe.
Of course, I mean, you got to. You're going to take so much damage from Trist, but one thing I like about that... Oh, actually, yeah, his Q shield's down. is the Q shield comes out the second you press the button, and it starts the cast animation. So you can actually shield a decent amount of damage there. Or it's like when it finishes the cast animation, I think. But you block a decent amount of damage there. Lod's got to be a bit careful. Q's going to land. Good damage comes through.
Still damage.
Yep. But Lod, of course, sitting there with some lifesteal and the potion not even used. That damage could just be irrelevant. Doppler can't threaten him.
And if he has the Butcher Mastery, he kills minions pretty quickly and pushes them.
Yep. Get over 18 health a wave.
Yeah. Plus your regen, you'll be good. You'll be golden in a couple seconds.
Looks like he's getting some gold every few seconds here. Hood Stump, 14 per caster minion. Heaven Time winning around to the wings. Plant comes down. Shorter Ace also wants a part of this. He will walk by a Trink. Oh my gosh, this didn't see him till just now. And here they go, the 3-on-3 gonna happen. Heaven Time goes for the Cocoon onto Shorter Ace. They turn onto the Lee Sin, but big damage coming through. First Blood still happens. There's the Repel, now transports to run. He flashes out. Heaven Time is not done. Has to run from the Zap though. 2 hits from dead. Cruel, walks a little bit too far forward. Has to burn his flash as well. But now Trance almost goes down. Slow Plant not gonna guarantee the kill. Cruel takes a couple hundred health. But Stop wanted it. Not gonna get it.
This bottom lane is true damage death passives too, so even if you kill them, they'll blow you up.
I predict at least one trade kill this game from a passive. Exactly one, actually.
Oh, exactly one. Okay.
Plant's coming down. Damage through to transport. Forced to flash away. Hood Stomp. This could be his one, actually. He's going to die. Nope. Heaven Time claimed it. Cruel will survive. And actually, could he get more out of this one? Heaven Time. Nope. Going to dodge away. Cocoon comes down. Here's Shorter Ace. Lands it. Beautiful by Shorter Ace. And a vengeance there. 2 for 2. And now Patoy, might that be 3 for 2? Yes, it is. Shorter Ace with a double kill. Off the respawn.
Yeah, it's early game. These respawn timers are very low. Hood Stomp's already back up.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Counter gank from the dead jungler.
A gank so long and a chase so far at 5 minutes in the game that you come back to rejoin the fight. That was really a 4-on-3 in the bottom lane.
Yep. Shorter Ace is basically York that time.
He came back again.
This is why you should bring Revive on junglers, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Who needs Smite anyway?
No, instead of Flash.
No, you always need Flash. How are you going to get over camp walls?
Ward Hop, you're Lee Sin, bro.
No. Oh.
Look at this, though. Yeah, LoLPro basically using the recall timing of Cognitive winning that bottom lane fight to just say, you know what, let's go for this. Double Lady carries out a ton of damage early on. They're just kind of on Doran's blades for Lod, but with Heaven Time, it's enough. The ward comes down, they're like, oh, crap, Shorter Ace. Oh, Smite does not come down in time, but he does kill the enemy jungler. The Shorter Ace got nowhere to go, 1 for 1. Wow, a kill on the top lane at the same time. Hanser won that one.
Yep, Shyvana, Dragon Raider ended up losing to Hanser in a 1-on-1. That's a team solo kill coming out. But
that is not what you expect from that matchup, though. That's very strange how that happened.
It looked like the 6 came out for Mundo, and then he ended up picking it up. Get a little bit of a close-up on this one. Heaven Time constantly making some overextended plays. But both junglers have died twice.
And they're actually most of the kills in the teams as well, actually. 5 of the 8 kills in this game are on junglers here, so I want to kind of pay more attention to these guys for what kind of stuff they can do. Shorter Ace has been playing fairly well this game, so I do want to see what else he's got in store for us. Maybe he can turn it around in this one.
Yeah, he almost stole that.
Yeah, he did. He was close.
Yeah, very close to doing so. The LoLPro take a gold lead off the Dragon.
1,600 gold. Not massive, but it definitely does matter. Trance gets wards down in his lane right here, but Patoy with a defensive pink ward wants to keep wards out of that brush so we can get Heaven Time to sneak in. Hanser losing a ton of health in the top lane, actually. Dragon Raider keeps fighting the guy. These guys are at each other's throats right now, but looks like no kills did come through. Heaven Time with the pink ward, also sweeping some wards away, so gold comes in for the team. And now the fights are happening. Doppler doing some decent damage to Lod, but Lod going to push them back to the other side of the map. Dodges the Q, and here comes Heaven Time.
He's got a red buff.
Predicts the Cocoon, not going to get that. And look at that, just pressure on the turret.
Heaven Time coming up at the right time just to dissuade them from continuing it. Ooh, they're sticking around though. He's got kicked. He's going to try to kick him into the brawl.
We're going to see if they're going to get much. Oh my god, LODs. Lodge is going to get exploded there, and he does go down. Doppler happy with that one.
Oh, counter kill.
Again, they trade back on the jungle, but Heaven Time is now overextended. He's not going to get much, and Cognitive looking a lot better this game, a 2 for 1.
Yep, 3-3-2 on Shorter Ace, 3-3-0 on Heaven Time. Shorter Ace is doing a lot of work for his team, involved in 5 out of the 6 kills, and Patoy rotates to help pick up this lane.
And he'll get some golden experience. We'll watch that fight again.
Yeah, you can see Braum roaming up here. They have no idea that this is happening. He kicks both of them to the damage, and then Law just gets destroyed by that Ignite at the very end from Doppler. Shorter Ace taken out by Heaven Time, and the counter Dome. Doesn't come up huge, but if you're going to trade, at least get something out of it to make it 3.
It was a really fortunate repel as well. I don't believe he predicted it or saw it coming. He was just chasing, but he happened to dodge the Jinx rocket. Like, honestly, like, Cruel nearly saved Shorter Ace right there by one-shotting the enemy jungler. It would have been awesome. So 1,300 gold. Not a bad margin to be behind. It's basically just the Dragon Gold right here. Cognitive definitely look better in this game. The bot lane a lot closer. Actually a 15 minion lead here for Cruel. He just feels so much more comfortable when he's not fighting Hoodstomp's Lucian.
Oh, Heaven Time, there's a ward right next to him. He just walked into it. Heaven Time, come back.
His spidey senses were a bit dull right then.
You know, I made that joke during Doombots.
Yeah.
Stand by it.
Yeah. No, it's true. Although, to be fair, at least this one was inside brush. Ours was just like chilling in the river. I have never missed one of those wards.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just too occupied with the map.
Yeah. There's actually one thing with junglers. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong on this one. I feel like most junglers, when they jungle, aren't watching their own champion. They're watching the lanes, and they're like auto-attacking.
Yeah, your F1 through 5 keys are extremely important.
Yep. And I always like see, like, when I'm watching... Oh, hold on. Heaven Time. All right, damage to Dragon Raider. Good combo. Actually stays for the fight, though. Yeah, Heaven Time, you're a bit overmatched, but you have a Mundo coming.
Oh, he got all of the spiders.
Yes. The gold coming through. Oh, wow. Flash used by Hoodstomp. He was very afraid of Trance's ultimate there, but it wasn't actually back up yet.
I do like that, though. You always want to flash before the abilities come out, just so that you don't eat the damage, because then you get pushed out of the lane if you eat it. Yep. They do see Shorter Ace, though. He's standing on top of a ward. They're well aware of his existence and his presence in this bottom lane.
And yep, puts Sweeper down and says, oh, you're right. That was silly.
I'm blind, but I can see this.
The big lens overhead helps a little bit. Doppler goes in again for a trade on a Lod, and they're both about half right now. The all-in potential's close.
Yeah, it's getting close. The thing with Tristana, he's got to get that static shiv. And then he moves on to his actual beefy items for him. So right now he's just trying to make it so he's more efficient at farming the off-camps. And here's the thing, too, is Caston, you're just like, oh, late game Caston, it's ridiculous. 2 late game AD carries?
Yeah, that's not a cog. Yo, are you aware?
You got to build some armor, too, but you got to mix it up a bit. With some magic resistance. And nobody's on their way to that because they're still just building those first items.
Yeah, I do want to see where the builds end up panning out to right now. Caston going for a very late game focused build, though. Tier and Catalyst there. It will take him a while to power up. He is holding in the lane, though. 92 to 91 is a great score. Trance goes in.
Stomp just sidesteps it.
No slow at all, but there's the Q. 3-man knock up.
So it's not going to eat the stun.
There's the traps. There's the Q stun. Now Patoy going aggressive. Gets a little bit of slows down. Trance in the mix as well. Shorter Ace is still around. Jinx Rocket.
Oh,
tanked by Patoy. Shorter Ace goes in. Kicks Patoy, but misses Hoodstomp. Lands the Q.
He's going to take it.
His body says yes, and he can't get the kill. Hoodstomp claims that one in the mid lane as well. The gank makes Lod get a kill. And the turret, this is getting better and better for LoLPro.
Dove in the mid lane, ended up picking up the Caston for themselves and get a turret off of it. Dragon's up in 10 seconds. Will they capitalize on that? I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
Oh, they might go blue.
Oh, no, they're going to surround the top lane. Dragon Raider's going to die.
I don't know. The blue is really tempting. Ooh, they are going to go straight for it. Heaven Time, he ends up... Oh, little stop motion there because it's a flash cocoon.
Bam. Just exploded right there. That's all you can really say. Lands cocoon, make the kills happen. Dragon Raider did apparently get out. He ulted. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did ult away. Okay.
Yep.
I always get thrown off by Shyvana because the ulti icon never goes on cooldown. You have to tell by the rage decreasing. But yeah, she managed to ult out, but it does mean top lane outer turret goes over. Plus, they, I believe, did get the blue buff steal.
Yep.
So hey, all the above.
They fully clear it too.
Yep.
They didn't get the kill on Dragon Raider though.
It's okay.
Close.
Yep. They raided him, but the dragon stayed alive.
Ooh, if they do damage to Heaven Time, they might give them a free dragon.
Ooh, that's actually a really big concern right here. Teleport is still up for Dragon Raider. Cognitive are starting this one up on top of a pink ward as well. And look at that. All right, LoLPro want to contest, but I don't believe they'll be here in time. They're limping in, but they're limping in too slowly.
It's a great dragon team because you can just section off an area with Jinx. You can steal one if they've started it up with Lee Sin. It's just all around a very good place to fight for them.
Absolutely. It's one of the reasons that the Elise junglers are sticking with Spectral Wraith is they miss the 20% damage amp they would get on their abilities. That's gone from the new Ancient Golem. Because they're used to being such good buff control champions. Right? Elise Q Smite is so powerful, not just because the damage is so good on the Q, but also because you have a 20% bonus. Actually, for Wraith, I think it's 30%. I think it was only Lizard that had a 20% amp. They got nerfed because everyone was going Lizard junglers.
Interesting.
Elise got even better, and I mean, of course, on top she got bonus AP.
Does that break abilities that have caps against monsters?
I think so. The cap happens before resists, and then it's divided by a resist, and then it's multiplied by your damage amps.
Okay.
So you imagine this: the base damage just reads 400, and then all the math happens.
Okay.
That is my best understanding. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain. Loud walks by a ward. Ha! See?
He got that.
In the river, they do kill them.
You don't miss the river ones. But that ward, I think that ward is still there in that bush to the left.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Still there.
It's fine. Rockets do not kill plants fast. Nope. You know, zombies can learn.
Hey, if he was Kog'Maw with Blade of the Ruined King and Fire Arcane Barrage up,
yeah,
he would have killed that in 2 shots.
Or lame. It's great. Well, the bottom lane turret is taking damage. LoLPro looking for their 3rd outer turret right now, but Kog are looking to defend
Shorter
this.
Ace on the side.
Shorter Ace is around everywhere. Ulti comes off, does not hit anyone but Patoy, and the plant takes the zap.
And it dies before he can actually take the Q or even make a decision to take the Q. Blows an ultimate.
Well, the wave gear still coming out. LoLPro really wants to push this one down. They just kill minions so fast, and they actually have pretty good tertiary damage on Cruel as well.
Yeah, they're going to just forfeit the turret. They're going to concede it.
And of course, because Lod has so much pressure in the mid lane, Doppler's not able to leave and help that out. Otherwise, like if they had a mid laner with pressure, he could have come down, flanked that, made a 4-on-3, made it happen. Not the case in this matchup.
Even then, if you have a lot of pressure as a mid laner, how's your wave clear? Is your wave clear what's causing the pressure? Tristana's right up there with
you. Well, these guys, speaking of wave clear, they're going at it with fire around their bodies to kill minions whenever they can. Hanser regenerating up, but there's the Dragon Form. Yeah, it's about to time out here, which means Hanser can't run away for too much longer. Cleaver's going to be required for disengage, but now, can he get away? Looks like Shiv's not going to chase.
Wow. Yeah, Corporate Mundo's too busy for you, Shyvana.
Does deny a wave under the turret, but that's kind of it. All Dragon Mater gets here. LoLPro forced back one more time. 4.3 thousand. The gold deficit for Cognitive. That number has continued to grow this game. Magic Pen Elise for Heaven Time is going to have a lot of pressure around this map and kind of continues to do so.
So far, mid lane Tristana just seems like a really good overall pick against a lot of things that are currently in the game. Mid lane AD carries were always very scary too, especially when Ezreal was a thing.
Yeah. I mean, you go back far enough, mid Ashe with TP, man. That was the real. That was the real pro strats.
Thinking back to your mid lane Sivir guide.
Oh man, Rally Smite, Madness Blood Razor. Actually, my biggest memory of back when mid lane AD carry was a normal thing was I played a whole bunch of Corki. There was an Annie player by the name of Jigsaw who would always win because Annie does so much burst damage and AD carries don't have that much base stats. He would just get one shot all the time, and I kept trying to find ways to survive, and I couldn't. Burst mages beat the mid AD carries. If you're not a burst mage.
Coming in on the left.
Difficult. Cruel, couple hits from Dead. Good ults come in. Both of them flash, and here comes Hanser, though. 7 he'll use. Braum trying to keep the team alive. Ulti comes out, but it's not going to be enough. Hoodstomp claims it with the living artillery. Dragon Raider around as well. Going to get away from the knockout from Patoy, but Cleaver is doing some pretty good damage here from Hanser. Another flash force. Here comes Shorter Ace with the kick on back. They get Kog'Maw. They're going to get Zyra as well. Almost definitely the kills come through. And out goes Dragon Raider.
Well, meanwhile in mid though, Tristana's just been pushing this entire time. They got themselves a tier 2 turret. They're going to get this inhibitor turret as well. This is the fast push I was talking about. If you split your team, this is what's going to happen against a double AD composition.
I really like these moves from LoLPro. Oh, Doppler's got to be real careful. Out he goes. They're not going to chase for the kill, but maybe Lee Sin's got to be careful.
Red buff on Lod. He's got the slow from Rocket Jump.
Cleaver as well. Ward hops away. Hextrigger not going to be able to keep him alive. Another kill comes through to LoLPro. And now they can set a Baron.
Might go for this blue buff too because they did have the timer on it. That's what it looks like they're going to go for.
Okay.
The exposed inhibitor mid. It's just such a ridiculous split push to deal with from a mid lane champion. Usually you expect this from a top lane champion or even just an AD carry. But when you put it in the mid lane, This is getting ridiculous there.
He's got no way out.
The rotations here from LoLPro look fantastic.
They are absolutely great right here. I do love their cross-map play. They play aggressively at every single lane. When bottom lane gets attacked, they just shove the mid lane down. Requires too much attention from Cognitive, and they just get more for it every single time. LoLPro once again trying for another turret here. They'll wait for the next wave. Hanzo takes some damage though. They gotta be careful. The kickback onto Live, but it's not gonna get a kill picked up. The rocket's not quite enough. Short Ray stays alive, but LoLPro are real hurt.
And they're trying to get to them. LoLPro trying to get out. Cog trying to get in. Meanwhile, the other Cog, Hood Stomp, in Farmtown.
Why not be in Farmtown? Blue buff on him. He actually grabbed that a second ago, I believe. He took his own team's blue buff. And hey, why not put some items in the guy? 200 force roofing. Uh-oh, heaven time. Yeah, that's where you're going.
Spaghetti.
Oh! All right, but I mean, you're facing Cassidon. Like, that's not worth it to me. You're facing Cassidon. He's going to chase you.
They bought some time. Now they are on Dragon. Hood Stomp on the case.
Well, he's going to try to solo this one. I think his Hood Stomp could actually kill that without taking the debuff.
Shorter Ace is very close, though. So Shorter Ace actually gets over the wall in time. He can steal this.
Covenant Adder goes down. There's the ward. They have to back off. They have, like, if that's Lee Sin, we lose this.
Yep. Oh.
Wow. A lot of all around the map plays. Trance very low on health. Jumps back to Cruel. But he's going the other way around here.
Former AD carry player.
Oh, wow. Oh, he's not. He doesn't see him.
The games. The games. The games.
Wow. Trance is the best player in this game. Cruel, however, is going to die. Nicely picked up there by Hanser. I mean, good luck cutting a Mundo as Jinx, though. Dragon actually goes to Cognitive as well. And hey, they're back in this game. 4,000 gold.
Yeah. There's only a 4,000 gold difference between these teams, but there is an exposed inhibitor in the mid lane. You have to play your rotations perfectly by Cognitive, or else you're going to lose an inhib about 20 minutes in the game. That is really hard to come back from.
Well, they move on in. There we go. Inhibitor taking some pretty massive damage here. Plants come up. Down to half HP. It's a 5-on-4 for a short time, but now the AD carry is back, and that's going to be LoLPro signal to leave. They got the inhibitor off the 1v1 when Hanzo took down Cruel.
Yep, 21 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, you lose an inhibitor. Really difficult to come back from that. And now the rotations from LoLPro just coming around the side. They're going to go push top, and they're going to group as 5. And maybe Mundo.
And maybe Mundo. Well, Mundo's holding mid, but he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ignite goes down. There's the stun. There's the Flame Chomper. The rocket as well. Doppler grabs the kill. Hanser, no real reason to be mid.
He just wanted his stapler back.
You got a lot of these, don't you? You were like so ready for the next Corporate Mundo game.
I love those.
They're fun.
Ah.
That darn fax machine, though.
Yep.
Is it a fax machine? Is it a printer?
It was a fax machine.
Okay.
I
guess that's more a little
probably
like,
doubled as a printer.
Probably. I mean, fax machines do print things.
Yes, they do.
I feel like that's a little smarter trundles.
They're both kind of right.
Yep. I wasn't wrong. I was just incomplete. It's like saying, "What are you reading?" Words. Thanks.
Oh. That just sounds like something you would say.
Yeah, actually, I should use that next time to ask me that question. English. Well, there you go. I expected Latin. Nope. Don't know the language.
My dad knows Latin. It's a dead language for him.
My dad does too, actually. It's weird. Are you my brother?
I was going to go there, but no.
Well, I did first. Great minds think alike, and we are back in the game, guys. Team LoLPro. Only 3,000 gold ahead now. Cognitive are getting their way back in this game. 23 minutes in. The double AD comp does look good. Lod is playing well, but keep in mind that first pick casting for Doppler, he is 4-1-2. When he shows up, people die.
Yeah, but did they bait it, is the thing. I mean,
it's a debate right here.
Every time you come into Champion Select, you have to be thinking, ban Cassidon. Ban Cassidon. Ban Cassidon, or bait Cassidon.
Yeah, one of the B words.
Ban it, bait it, or bonk it over the head.
Yes,
that's
what
they're doing.
That was the one I'm going for. Bonk it over the head. It's not just a word, it's a phrase.
Bonk it over the head.
Hey, that was your choice.
Hey man, they came into this game with one word on their mind.
Bonk it over the head. It's like German, you just put all the words together and it becomes one new word. LoLPro going to keep sieging up the top lane, though. They do feel confident with the big AD comp. Hanser will not split push. That is the call here. Minions still putting in the mid lane at least a little bit here. The wave clear still decent, though, right now for Cognitive.
Hood Stomp, he went with the Bilgewater Cutlass, then he went straight for a VF Sword for pushing power. So the damage the fights. Nobody really has that much HP to warrant the Blade of the Ruined King either at this point. The attack speed would be really good, but he wants to chunk the turrets down in little bursts.
Yeah, I just feel like you stop at Famps after that point, though. Like, I don't really see the reason to stop at Cutlass on a long-range carry like this. There's not a lot of gains. Oh, wow, Doppler's got to be pretty careful. The knockouts come through into a lot. The rocket misses from Cruel, and this could be bad news bears. LoLPro forced to run away. A lot of low health bars. There's the first kill. Cruel's going to keep going. 3 kills picked up. Make that 4. It's going to be 5 and an ace right off the bat for Cognitive.
And it's a 5 for 0. They have to defend their base, though. There are super minions knocking on their Nexus right now. They're very hard to deal with because Lee Sin has very little magic damage. They're going to lose this turret, most likely, and then the second one will get started up.
Oh, it's so close, and it does go down. That was the only time Cog had to fight, and they actually got it. Yes, they lost the Nexus turret, but they get Baron and 5 kills for it. And guys, gold lead for Team Cognitive.
We got a game on our hands right now.
Yeah, we do.
That comeback right now. The ultimate hitting 3 people there. Some of them are knocked up for a little less time, but man, the damage that is absorbed from that Unbreakable is key. The amount of burst that Doppler brings onto all of them, and the grit from Cruel to pick up the first reset, the zap on the back of it, just great teamwork, and they took advantage of the clump and their AoE damage. It's basically the Wombo combo. You talked about it. You're like, well, I can make a stretch for this and say Glacial Fissure into Force Pulse and the Super Mega Death Rocket, but I don't know if it'll ever happen.
Yeah.
Boom, you only need 1.
You only need 1, and then everyone dies off. And that's the problem. And here's the thing about this front line is Mundo, and we saw it actually in the Cloud9 game, actually. Mundo doesn't make you hit him. He has no real crowd control threat. He has a persistent damage output. But because he doesn't buy any damage items, you have exactly the damage output you expect. It'll be 140 damage per second in an area around him, and you'll manage it. But he can't pull your attention away. Like, if you ignore an Alistar, he stuns you, headbutts you in the team, and you die. If you ignore a Renekton, he actually takes half your health bar down with a full combo. Mundo can't do that, and so you can walk past the champion, kill everyone else.
He's gonna blow ulti. Get pretty close.
If they want to defend this turret, he should. But if they want to give it up and just try to make them work for it, you can save it for the next fight.
Split push Kog'Maw here, Hood Stomp on the case. Bottom lane. Dragon Raider has his TP available. He'll be able to join the fight faster if one does break out.
What LoLPro really want, though, to continue the Mundo point, is a corridor. It's a fight on the left of your screen. You see that brush right there? That's the fight that Cloud9 won, where actually they had to hit balls because he was the only guy there and they couldn't actually physically walk past him. But this is not the case right here for LoLPro. Cognitive going in pretty hard. France taking a lot of damage, so he's got to be careful. Actually goes down to Heaven Time. Overextends his welcome, overstays, I should say. Gives up a kill.
Yeah, they were baroned up too on Cog. Dragon is up. There's a lot of objectives that they have control of. And instead they try to force the issue in the mid lane, and Trance goes down.
And they did push Patoy down low. They had the chance of making that kill. Just Trance didn't expect that kind of damage to come through, though. Still had ulti, still had flash, and just, you know, unfortunate for the guy. He just went down a bit of a mistake, but only his 2nd kill of the game. Dragon does go through to Cognitive, and they are now sitting at a 1,500 gold lead. Hoodstomp's got to be careful. That's half his health bar from Doppler.
Late game Kassadin.
Yep. He has arrived. Seraph's Embrace is done, and the Rod of Ages is stacked.
And I like the fact that random zones are being completed on both Dragon Raider and Shorter Ace. They are ready for these double AD threats.
And look at that, though. They might not be ready for the cast, and Hoodstomp is 1 combo away from dying. That is a problem here. And the rocket comes through. Cruel going to buy even more time for his team.
The Caffeine Surprise walked back to base. It's just saddened by that.
You gotta be careful. Cognitive still wants to fight this one. The knockouts are gonna come through. Doesn't land much there. Shorter Ace, though, really about to drop it here, and he does. Lot goes in. Can he survive Doppler? Yes, he can, but maybe he can't survive Dragon Raider. More kills coming through. Doppler cleaning up whatever he can. Oh my gosh, the burnout not gonna be, actually it is gonna be enough. I take that back. Mundo could make anything happen. Another ace comes through for Cognitive. Now, can they close the game right now?
There's enough HP. If you stand on the right side of the turret, you only take 1 turret at a time.
And now they got minions. This is going to be the game right here. Cruel on Jinx, able to clean up takedown structures, but the 5-1-11 Kassadin, the 1-2 and 12 Braum, Cog find their way back in under 29 minutes here in game 2.
They lost their middle inhibitor. They were down thousands of gold. 1 team fight, 5 for 0, the best they could have possibly hoped for. transitioned into a Baron. They were able to defend their base from those super minions that were just gradually pushing in. And it was basically, it's now or never.
Yeah.
Because they had to pick that fight, and they picked it perfectly. And Cruel, he had been farming really well all game. He actually had the most CS in the entire game, and he came up really big on Jinx. It was their counter in terms of AD carry. Because of the long range that she has pretty much all the time. You can outrange Tristana because he never got towards that level 18. It was actually still a very early game at 28 minutes, 59 seconds. So Tristana ending the game at level 14, Jinx can always trade with you. Late game, you have the 700 range on Jinx. Pretty much from level 9
By
up.
level 9, yeah.
Yeah. And Kog'Maw, he'll have those little spouts of extra range, but you can still kind of work around that. So I love the pickup there, and I love the fact that Doppler 5-1-11 played it very safe in the laning phase. He gave up some CS, he gave up some roaming, but man, that last fight was really the turning point for the entire game.
Yeah.
Just really, really well played there by Cognitive, because they had that one win condition, and they're like, we got to fight them now, we got to wombo combo them because they're all very squishy, and they did it, and they executed it perfectly.
And it was exactly the right time at Cognitive. That was their single window, and they took it, and that was great. For LoLPro, though, most of that game, I thought they played it so well. They said, okay, if you fight us bottom lane, we push mid, we get the inhibitor for it. All that's wonderful. Two big mistakes. One, as they keep adjusting the champ select, they did not have a disruptive tank in the front line. Haunter was able to be ignored, and that is an issue. Patoy's knockup was not enough to disengage for the team. Elise went for a squishy build as well. Again, we saw that in the Dignitas game, squishy Elise with double AD carry. You don't need more damage threats is the thing. Like, Zyra support Mundo is enough persistent magic damage. You don't have to be squishy Elise. I think that's an issue. The other one being that they knew if they just backed up, mid-Nexus turret goes down 100%. And yet they said, okay, well, we're going to limp in just enough to this fight. Right, that top lane ace about 20 minutes in, that got them the Baron and everything else. Basically, LoLPro allowed that fight to happen. There's not that many great ways to force for Cognitive. A couple missteps cost them the game. And it was a game they nearly had won.
Yeah, they were very, very close to winning that game. They were a couple minutes away from grasping victory in the 2-0, but now it's 1-1. Cognitive can punch their ticket to the playoffs if they win this and not have to play the tiebreaker.
And that's actually the exact goal here for Cog, right? You got to look not only at the matches you're playing, what it sort of looks like for your playoff picture, but also just to prove that you're good enough to make top 3. All you really care about at this point is not only making playoffs, but then making top 3 at playoffs for the promo tournament. So testing yourself against the number 2 team from the last split, or the last series, I guess. If you beat them, then it's going to look a lot better for you guys as a team. We're going to see if they can do it. The guys are going to take another quick break, but when we return, Cognitive Gaming will attempt to clinch the final playoff spot with one more victory. Don't touch the keyboard. We'll be right back. The ward comes down to like, oh crap, shorter ace. Oh, Smite does not come down in time. He does kill the enemy jungler. The short ace got nowhere to go. 1 for 1. LoLPro forced to run away. Lot of low health bars. There's the first kill. Cruel's going to keep going. 3 kills picked up. Make that 4. It's going to be 5 and an ace. Lot goes in. Can he survive Doppler? Yes, he can, but maybe he can't survive Dragon Raider. More kills coming through. Doppler cleaning up whatever he can. Oh my gosh, the burnout.